These superheroes are better than your average Joes, even if they don't always get the credit they deserve.
Greatest hero on Earth. Oh, Skeets, that's a pretty good job description.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 underrated superheroes.
Howard, you really are the worst.
For this list, we narrowed it down to superheroes that aren't necessarily disliked by comic book fans, but might get less attention than they deserve.
Spectre, what's your stake in all of this?
More specifically, we're focusing on superheroes who still haven't gotten that attention, as opposed to characters like Hawkeye and Star-Lord, who have recently become more popular through blockbuster movies.
He's also known as Star-Lord.
Who calls him that? Himself, mostly.
Number 10, Ant-Man.
If the thief were to activate the PIM particles in the belt, they'd find themselves in what would look like another world.
Although he may not be the most unpopular hero on this list, since he will be getting a movie made about him next year, starring Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas.
Sorry.
This Marvel superhero isn't among the most popular ones either, despite the fact that there are 3 men who have taken on his persona.
I'm not Ant-Man.
Not only is he able to shrink himself into the size of an actual ant, he's also able to be just as strong in ant form as he is in human form, making him a sneaky but formidable opponent.
For someone claiming not to be a superhero, you're pretty good at it. Want a job?
Number 9, Dr. Fate.
Fate is a fickle thing.
Unusual in the sense that he's a sorcerer, this DC superhero possesses a number of different magical powers, such as telekinesis, the ability to cast spells, and the ability to manipulate both lightning and fire. He's been an active comic book character since 1940, but despite his longevity, he's never had a movie or TV series based specifically on him, though he has appeared in many animated movies and the TV series based on the Justice League. Number 8, Moon Knight. A man who became a superhero after initially training to be a boxer and a Marine, this costumed crusader is another who's lacking in the blockbuster film treatment. Known for being able to put his skills with martial arts and aviation to the best possible use, he's also able to fend off psychic attacks. A television series about him was planned, but it's unknown if that project will ever materialize after 6 scripts for the project were all turned down. Number 7, Booster Gold.
I'm pure gold, ladies and gentlemen. I am Booster Gold, the greatest hero you've never heard of.
If there was a history class that superheroes could take, this guy would probably be at the head of that class, mainly because he would cheat.
It's a Booster Gold guarantee.
Thanks to his ability to travel time, as well as the fact that he's quite technologically savvy, he definitely makes up for the fact that he's not quite superhuman.
She's beautiful. And in distress, my favorite kind of damsel.
Unfortunately for him, he's never been shown in live-action form except for 1 episode of Smallville, though a movie and a TV series are apparently both in the works.
Are you sick of all those masked men blurring their way in and out without so much as a hello or goodbye? Well, don't settle for anything less than the gold standard, as in Booster Gold!
Number 6, The Question. Also known as Vic Sage, this trenchcoat-clad DC character has been around since the late 60s and is known not only for his skills as a detective, but also for his prowess at martial arts, acrobatics, and shamanism.
Okay, enough. Don't listen to this guy. Everything's conspiracies with him.
Not conspiracies. Conspiracy. Singular.
He was also a journalist before he eventually became The Question.
Who was that guy? Excellent question.
Despite being a superhero who wears many hats and no faces, he's never been given the movie or TV treatment of his own, though he has been seen in several episodes of the Justice League Unlimited.
So, I think that answered everything.
A little too well.
Does everything have a sinister motive in your world?
Yours too, you just don't know it.
Number 5, Namor the Sub Mariner.
Know that I am Namor, ruler of the kingdom of Atlantis. Your time in the sun is over.
Known for being occasionally referred to as the first mutant character from Marvel Comics, this superhero has been around since 1939, half human, half Atlantean, giving him superpowers adaptable to both the human world and under the sea.
He is a fool. In the sea, I am supreme.
And that's not to mention that he's also able to fly with the tiny wings that are attached to his ankles.
Hey, he's flying away!
He's been associated over the years with the Avengers, but a live-action movie about him specifically is also apparently in the works.
Nothing is impossible for the Prince of Atlantis. You need have no fear.
Number 4. Spectre.
I am the Spectre.
For this superhero, otherwise known as Jim Corrigan, he's seen a lifespan of comics made about him through the Golden, Silver, Bronze, and Modern Ages, but has only made sporadic appearances in both film and television.
Peter McCoy.
What the hell?
Only a guilty man flees Peter McCoy.
This is especially surprising because, well, he can change time and space as he pleases. His power knows no bounds, and he's essentially a superhero representation of God, thanks to the divine nature of his abilities.
He took your parents, ruined your life. Fulfill your destiny. Become what you have trained to be, an agent of vengeance.
Above all, he's immortal. Not too shabby.
You can't kill a dead man. The guilty must be punished for their crimes.
Number 3. The Black Panther.
My every sense is as sharp as any jungle cat's. I hear even the softest footfall.
Commonly known as being the first major black superhero in American comics, it's quite a surprise that he hasn't gotten more credit where it's due.
Your tenacity is admirable, but you are very out of place in the jungle, Captain.
Despite his affiliation with both the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, he's mostly been known for having smaller appearances in some animated TV shows outside the comic book realm.
Shall I show you the same mercy you showed my father?
Wesley Snipes had been planning to make a Black Panther film, but that doesn't seem to be moving anywhere.
The Black Panther is victorious!
Number 2. Captain Marvel, aka Shazam.
I not only tell you how, I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
Don't let his name fool you. This guy's been part of the DC comic book family since 1972, after first being published by the long-defunct Fawcett Comics. However, he's been accused of being a copy of Superman, and was also involved in a trademark dispute between DC and their rival company with a similar name to the character. That's all probably why he doesn't get the credit he deserves, despite the fact that he was even more popular than Superman during the 1940s and had his own TV show back in the 1970s. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Got it. Save the money.
Oh, beautiful dinero. Moolah, simoleons, do-re-mi, cabbage.
Number 1. Aquaman.
And thus, I turn back the invasion of the Anemanoids. You can read more about that adventure in my new memoir.
This Atlantean has gone through many developments, both as a superhero and in his personality, since he was introduced by DC Comics in 1941.
Assemble my war council. Atlantis is in grave danger.
But he's had quite a lifespan as someone whose telepathic powers and superhuman abilities while underwater make him arguably the most underrated superhero of them all.
We have a party to prepare, right?
He has had supporting roles in most movies and TV shows associated with DC Comics, but it was announced that scripts will be written for a possible live-action Aquaman movie and a tie-in to the major DC blockbuster franchise.
For Atlantis!
Do you agree with our list?
I wish.
Which superhero do you think is the most underrated one of them all? For more top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I have no idea what I need to do.